good afternoon or good evening, depending on when you're seeing this. The first thing to point out is that I'm not Eugenio from the York Buddhist Centre. It's just that I have no idea how to change that heading or that name on the bottom of the screen. I'm Sanghaketu, coming from the Blackburn Buddhist Centre, and I'm very aware that this series of morning meditations is going to come to a close. It's going to end on Friday of next week. Sanghaketu is going to do the final one, which I think is a loving kindness again. Anyway, it struck me just before starting this morning that the meditation is called loving kindness meditation. So as we go into particularly the first stage, the developing loving kindness, metta for yourself, to bear in mind the way you approach all the meditation ideally would do honour to that title, loving kindness meditation, because if we start to get a bit willful and work hard in the meditation, as it were, it might be self-defeating. My experience, what's needed is loving kindness, and it's not just that we're trying to develop it from a difficult standpoint. We need to sort of apply it to ourselves. We need to be it and enjoy it as we meditate and try to cultivate more of it. So I hope that's an interesting perspective, that it's not just what we do, it's how we do it. I'm really grateful to have had this opportunity. It's been several months now that I've been taking part, joined the team of the people who lead these meditations. And I knew I had to sort of learn some new skills and be brave, as it were. But I've really come to appreciate the circle of meditators coming in at different times. We have a small group that tunes in online live as the meditation happens. But I do know that there's quite a number of people do watch and at least tune in briefly later. I think I said last week, one of the meditations I noticed had been seen by 110 people by the following 2 weeks or something like that. So these meditations, they're out there. They're a great resource if anybody wants to access them at any time, in the coming months or whatever. But Shakapeda's happy to sort of close them down, at least for the foreseeable future. I know that she's working very hard, and in a way, I imagine it'd be a bit of a relief not to get up early and do these meditations. But what a wonderful resource has been left, and a connection with the different people who attend. In a way, you're more than just names. Morning Vinesh and Lorraine. There's a sort of interaction, where you don't need to say much more than good morning, everyone, or like Sarah now saying thank you for your generosity. But it doesn't count. We haven't met face to face. That might come, but there is a human interaction, partly just being together, knowing that we're in this together. And good morning, Ratnagita. Glad you made it. We know we're in this together. So in our imaginations, we're sort of surrounded by people. But I do believe it's more than that. I do believe if we can be open to it, we are with those people. And just think, well, there's lots of people tune in later. So we are with quite a group of people with the same intent, the same sort of love and passion and meditating together to sort of really do something special, something noble in the face of all the trolls, the hate speech, all those expressions of dark minds. We're really brightening ours up, and it will make a difference. It really does make a difference, and we can spread our light far and wide. If we put in the work in the morning, the loving work, uh, our day will be coloured by a brighter light and a warmth, and that will communicate, that will spread. The light will illuminate at least around us and the people we come in contact with. So I think that's really something to take to heart. We might not feel very blissful in the meditation. That's not really what we're doing it for. But we will be having an effect, and it might reveal itself during the day. We might, see people with a kinder look. We might find our interactions are a bit more patient, a bit more understanding, and that instead of speaking, we just hold the person in our heart for a moment. So there's a lot of benefit we can gain, and there's a lot of benefit we can give to others just by putting in this bit of time. So I'll mention again, I'm not called Eugenio from the York Buddhist Centre. I have visited just the once, and I'm a great admirer of Eugenio and his style of presentation. And if he could pop back and erase his name, that might make a difference. But otherwise, let's be content to sit with the confusion. I'm Sanghaketu. So we'll start in a moment with the meditation. And I've mentioned before, we must avoid thinking we've done it before. This is fresh, this is new. Our meditation might present some challenges as an aspect of our mind is revealed. Might be some difficulty suddenly pops up, some long forgotten, well, it could be difficult, it could be joy. But whatever arises, in a sense, is okay. We just receive as an inheritance what occurs in our mind, and the thing to do is just observe it. Just register. Oh, there's a bit of that coming up, and as long as we don't fasten onto it and start following a trail of reflections and built up concerns and all the rest of it, we just observe it. Like the clouds going by, we just see, I'm feeling this or I'm thinking that. And it's okay. It's okay to be you, to be sitting here and to be, doing your best. And doing your best might be simply sitting and allowing yourself to just be with the moment and who you are. If you're too strenuous, it might sort of kick back. So we do the loving kindness in the spirit of loving kindness. So having taken a moment just to set up a good posture, pay attention to the shoulders and that they're relaxed, and we're at least aware of the different parts of the body that are calling for attention. And then we can settle into this first stage, developing loving kindness for ourselves. And we wish ourselves well, and however that communicates for us. So may we be healthy. May our work be going well. May our relations with our family and friends, may they be smooth and joyful. Maybe reconnecting with times when you did feel joyful. Maybe you can see yourself at that time, whether it was recent or some years ago. How did it feel to be that joyful? Maybe you can recall something as recent as yesterday. Somebody speaking to you and saying they admire something or they appreciate something. That might bring a glow in your heart that you are appreciated. Perhaps being aware of the body, how your breathing is, as you wish yourself well. You might drop in little words of encouragement like relax, everything's okay. Remembering the friends that love you and value you. And you don't have to do anything to justify yourself. You're wonderful, just as you are, a human being radiant with life. You can just be. So may you be well and happy. May your life be going well. And may you be brave enough to stay with any discomfort, not seeking happiness far away, but being with yourself. That's true love. Just being with yourself with all your foibles and everything that goes to make up you, and for that to be okay. We're not expected to be perfect. We're all imperfect. But we can still feel the love for ourselves and for others. And now we allow a good friend into our space into our mental space or into our heart. And our warmth, our good feeling can communicate to our good friend. We might sense that they're near. We're not admiring them from a cold distance, but we're feeling the warmth and the nearness of our friend, remembering what it's like to be with them, to be close. And we communicate our love for them. So either with a beaming smile when they come to us, or we tell our friend how much we love and care for them. It's so important that we communicate our feelings to our friend. Tell them what we love and admire. We know ourselves what a difference it can make. That moment of kindness from someone, especially on a bleak day or a time when we're struggling. So we can be the one that does that for our friend. Make sure we appreciate them and we communicate that. And we see them light up. And the two-way love brightens, becomes stronger, the flame intensifies. You can call to mind some of their qualities, what you do admire about them. It's good to be specific. Whether it's the way they dress, how well they do their work, how good they are at remembering your birthday. Just rejoice in them. What a blessing it is to have such a good friend. And if your friend is going through a difficult time or some loss, you can feel the appropriate compassion. You can open your heart even more and try to be of practical help. Put aside your own desires and really be there for your friend. What can be better than that? So as we turn to the person we don't know, apart from seeing them regularly, we don't leave our friend. Our friend is still at our side. But now we're turning our attention to this face that we see, maybe in the convenience store. And there's not been any great feeling either way. But now we can stop. In our mind's eye, we can see them and appreciate them. They're a human being, just like we are. We can make our experience of them more human. We might imagine them with their family and friends and how they feel together. There's a warmth there that perhaps we've not yet experienced. So trusting that it does make a difference, we have the intention to develop loving kindness, or at least kindness towards this person. And that might communicate in a smile or just in the demeanor when you're dealing with them. The way you pay at the supermarket till, that brief interaction in the garage. All those opportunities you can recognize, are there a person? And you can appreciate them as a person. So you drop in that wish, that intention. May they be well. May their life be going as they would wish. May they feel loved and appreciated. If you want to, you can allow your imagination to play. And perhaps you meet this person. Perhaps you break the ice and speak. And this person becomes less neutral. They become almost a friend when they smile. So we're not rushing or trying to force anything. We're just allowing a natural well of love to sort of percolate up, to bubble up into our hearts. And then we appreciate this person just that bit more. They are a human being. They're breathing just like I am. They have their concerns. They have their little dreams. They're just like me. So enjoying the still moment between gentle effort and just simply being. And now in the warmth of the stillness, we turn our attention to the person we've been finding difficult. whether this is someone who's a friend and difficulties have sort of come between you, or it could be a long-standing, very difficult relationship. In fact, you might not feel quite ready to look at it and try to make changes. It might demand a lot of your love, the depth of love. But we can have the intention, at least, to remedy this situation. We don't want our own hearts to be poisoned, to become toxic because of difficulties with another person. So perhaps we start with our own hearts, saying, no matter what it takes, how long it takes, we do want to arrive at a point where there's forgiveness, there's warmth, there's love, there's understanding. And then coming from that basis, we can look at this person and perhaps see them in a bigger sort of way, that there's more to them than the difficulty we've had. They have qualities that perhaps we've not been so aware of. Remember that they have friends, they have family, they have admirers even. Maybe they do a lot of good that we're just simply not aware of. So with reflections like that, our heart might start to soften. Nobody's expecting great miracles, but just the beginning of a process, just a little inching forward, so that you are able to say, well, may things go well for them. May there be forgiveness and love. It might be that forgiveness is beyond you at the moment, but at least you're starting to look at that difficult relationship. You're not distracting yourself away. You're not parking that person in an area of your mind that you never look at. You're turning to face what is a very difficult relationship. If it gets too much, you know you've got the safety of the first stage again. You can retreat and love yourself. But this section of the meditation really offers rewards. This is where we draw on our strengths, our depths, and we grow. We become a more loving person. So we don't whitewash, we don't pretend that there hasn't been difficulties, and there might be an aspect to this person that we really can't understand and we find difficult. But we don't want those feelings to remain. We want them to be transformed. We accept that this person is not perfect, as we're not perfect. So from somewhere in our depths, the depths of our hearts, we find some measure of forgiveness and understanding, and we wish that person well. We might not feel gushing love for them, but we have a start made. We wish them well. And as time goes by, that might be growing as a real wish for them to be happy. So at this point, it's good to return to the first stage, to ourselves. Perhaps our heart has been a bit rattled, a bit shaken by the experience of the person we're dealing with, the person we find difficult. So we can just spend a moment or two just returning to that love for ourselves, that calm, that acceptance, that tenderness that we need, and to actually feel it within our body. And then when we're able and we feel it's time, we can reconnect with the good friend, and then the person who we might label as neutral, but hopefully they're becoming someone we know, at least in imagination. And then perhaps we feel a bit better about the person we've been finding difficult. And now we can start to take our positive, our well-wishing, and the intention, we can take that out. So everyone in our household, no matter what difficulties, we wish them well. We want them to be happy, want their hearts to be at peace. You might even feel tearful at the resolution of some difficulties. And then moving outwards, wishing everyone well in your local area. So in your imagination, you might see people, all the people around where you live, going about their business, as it were. Lots of strangers, lots of so-called neutral people, but you're wishing them well. You might see all the cars, all the people catching buses, or people in their homes getting children ready for school or whatever they have to do. Or people like us just sitting and spending really precious time together with the well-wishing and the development of positive feelings. And gradually, slowly, we move out. We extend the range of our well-wishing. So you can think of the whole of your town or city. May everyone in York be well, making progress, be at peace. Everyone in Blackburn, everyone in Chorley, Preston, everyone in the surrounding area. You might see all these towns and villages and all the people there. You can visit friends, different parts of the country. Imagine what they're doing at this time. Maybe even communicating your love for them. So eventually you've covered the whole of the country, the whole of the United Kingdom, and then travelling out across Europe, France, Germany, every country around, the whole of Russia, the vast sort of plains. May all these people who I don't even know, may they all be well. I don't need to know them. They're human beings just like me. May they all be well and happy. All the people in North Korea, Iran, they're human beings just like me. Maybe you focus on people who are suffering at the moment. Maybe people who are experiencing joy. You respond to that. You share their joy. But you have that wish for everyone, right around the world, and all the animals as well. Any being that can feel, you want them to feel happy and well, and for their lives to be moving forward. So drawing the meditation to a close, not rushing, but being in touch or in tune with the spirit of the meditation, gradually emerging, leaving the world, the inner world, and back into your surroundings and the day that you're just beginning. So welcome, Chris, Julia, is it? Stuart? And I think, well, for me, there's a bit of end of term feeling because next week is my last meditation. So I don't know, might be balloons, might be those party things that you can make a silly noise with. Or it might just be stillness, inner warmth, and really wishing everyone well and saying thank you for being here. And yeah, thank you, Philippa. That feeling of connection, we can explore it and bring in our imaginations. We know the names of these people at least. Some of them we might know, and we're building up this wonderful connection with, well, yes, with friends. So I wish you well through your day. We certainly made a good start, haven't we, today? And I hope it can carry through for you. And yeah, well, thank you, Chris. So I wish you well and hope your week goes well. Thank you.